Hello, my name is Disha Joshi. Student ID 1086567, assessment name ecec101, and assessment number is 3. Today, I will be analyzing a real learning moment from the video provided to us connecting with children discovering music and discussing how children demonstrated development growth through spontaneous music making using everyday metal objects. Next. So, before I begin, I would like to respectfully acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which this learning took place. I pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging, and recognize that music, rhythm, oral, storytelling, and sound exploration are deeply connected to indigenous knowledge systems and their ways of teaching us. Next. So let's talk about the video that was provided to us. In the video, children aged approximately 3 to 4 years were observed exploring sounds with using sticks, steel pots, pans, and metal leads rather than formal musical instruments. During the observation, I noticed that children were experimenting with rhythm and volume by tapping objects in different ways. Many children repeated actions showing curiosity and discovering learning. Some played independently while others naturally interacted and shared objects, like the guy and the girl in the video. Like, not the guy, but like the children's in the video. There was strong sensory engagement, including sound, movement, and touch. This was a spontaneous, child led movement showing how everyday objects can become rich tools for learning and exploring. So that's why I chose video 3 that was provided to me, which was titled Connecting with Practice, Discovering Making Music. So let's move on. Oh, hang on, I think I moved on. Yeah, let's talk about this. Development domains identified. From this video, I was able to identify 4 development domains which were clearly stimulated in the whole video. First off, physical development. Children strengthen fine and gross motor skills through gripping sticks and coordinating repetition arm movements when hitting with the sticks. Then the second domain that we saw was cognitive development. They discovered that changing force or object created different tones when they were hitting the pots. This reflects experimentation and early problem solving in children. Next was social and emotional development. They negotiated space, shared resources, showed excitement, and expressed themselves creatively. That's what we want. And I think that's why this domain was also explored and identified. And lastly, we saw language domain, which is language development, as verbal reactions such as bang and loud show expressive language emerging through play. When like they make sound with the stick, it was like bang bang bang. So that's exploring. This all also aligns with ELF outcome 3 and 4, where children develop well-being, expression, curiosity, and investigate thinking by themselves. And moving on to the next slide, analysis of learning. This learning experience demonstrates the power of explanatory play, which is central to early childhood development. So, according to Vygotsky, children learn socially by observing and imitating each other, which was clearly seen when one child created a rhythm and other child was trying to copy it, the girl. And the open-ended environment encouraged over here was creativity, problem solving, self-explanation or expression, decision making as well. The absence of structured instruments made the experience more valuable. So because they were exploring by themselves, as children were also able to freely experiment using sensory feedback. A sound changed when they hit the pot harder. That's how they tried to experience different types of sound. When they hit it hard, they hit it soft, or they try to hit it on different spots. This type of self Discovery play builds confidence, agency, and independence, connecting directly with EYLF's principles. Let's move on. Plan to extend. So, to build on this learning, I plan a follow up activity called Create Your Own Rhythm Band. In this experience, children will choose from a range of metal objects, explore volume, like loud versus soft, work together to create a group rhythm. Um, this helps extend emerging musical awareness while strengthening turn taking, teamwork, and expressive communication. The experience supports EYLF Outcome 5, encouraging children to communicate through sound, patterns, rhythm, and collaborating music experiences. Moving on, organization. So, to make this experience meaningful and safe, I would set up the session outdoor to manage noise levels, or I would also try to get soft mats for seating and thinking time. Um, Resources that would be available to us, it's pots, pans, lids, sticks, spoons, and visual rhythm cards to ensure inclusion of everyone. Softer tools for children with sound sensitivity would be used so that they are not really like being forced to hear music, and it's also within helping them as well. Visual cards to support ESL learners. Children are invited, not forced to participate. Quite observation is accepted as a form of learning, so I'm not going to force any children to do like join in the exploration. Research on open-ended materials show they increase engagement, autonomy, and creativity, making the setup developmentally appropriate. Moving on, teaching strategies. So, our first teaching strategy would be modeling rhythm. I would begin by demonstrating a simple beat, like watch me tap slow, fast. Now you try. And my expected response would be children imitating me, then adapt the pattern with their own creative variation and add their own flow to it. And the differentiation we would see is visual rhythm cards help children needing extra processing time or visual guidance. So everyone's been helped out. Even if they have to take a little time, they can take their time. No one's forced. And so, second teaching strategy is that I might invite the group by saying, let's make our own band. You choose a sound and we'll play together. This fosters collaboration, confidence, and shared joy. Expected response is smiles, laughters, rhythm sequences, and turn taking. Differentiation here would be I would pair shy children with confident pairs and provide quieter tools for children with sensitive to who are sensitive to sound intensity. This will ensure that every child has access to success regardless of temperament or learning style that they choose. And so next would be the references. So in conclusion, this observation highlights how simple materials like pots and pan can spark complex learning when children are trusted to explore creatively. Music become an avenue for physical, cognitive, social, emotional, and language development, all emerging naturally through play. The follow-up plan intends strategies and inclusive setup continue this learning while respecting children's individuality, culture, ability, and sensory needs. Thank you for listening to me.